Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I came across this German woman's video who actually came out to tell Black women how they are very loud and how they talk over men and how they don't take care of men and how they are not clean, how they are uncultured, how they are not. Like, there is nothing she did not say. I don't know how she met the man she married and how Black women talk over Black men. Or, how do they wake up and all they want to do is Black women this, Black women that, Black women this, Black women that? This is not normal. I am not going to lie to you because how can people be so upset with a group of people? You do not like Black women, but you are with a Black man. You are absolutely going to have mixed children, which are going to be Black, right? And you are absolutely or probably going to have a Black male or female, right? And you are out there stereotyping Black women straight up and at the same time disrespecting the man's family. But there is something that I found very interesting while she was telling the story. With everything and how clean and how nurturing and how super great she is, the man still left because they are no longer together. Let's get into it.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially Black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young. It doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown because unfortunately, a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them. I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just...
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say to this young lady right here that just made this video, be ready and be prepared, okay? Be prepared for the comments. Be prepared for the video stitch, okay? Be ready and be prepared because what you said out your mouth was absolutely not true. You putting us Black American women, traditional African American women, in one basket and saying that all of us don't know or don't want to serve our man. And that is not the case. That is not true, sweetheart. That is not true. That is not true. Okay, that is not true. And for you to have that accent I don't even want to know where you're from. I could care less where you're from and everything like that. Okay, maybe you doing it and everything like that because you want that green card. I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. Okay, but I'm not going to sit here and insult you and everything. You putting us in one basket saying that all of us are like that, and we're not at all. We are, as Black American women, we are in our home, we are the housewife, we are the caretakers, we are the accountants, we are the housekeepers, we are the mentors, we are the therapists, and we are the mediators. Okay? And we are a little freaky in the sheets and everything. We do all this and then some. And we have no problem doing it whatsoever. Okay? Now, we have no problem doing it whatsoever. And for you to say what you said, like I said before, be prepared. Be ready for the comments, for the video stitch, because they're going to come for you. Y'all have a good day.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was.
Well, hello there, little Miss Kraut. Guess what? This is going to be the cost of your hollow words. I hear a lot of past tense terms. He was this. He was that. Where is he at now? Where's he at, sis? And you said that you were clean? As if Black women aren't clean? Yes, I read up on you Germans. Y'all are known for being very clean in your households. But you're still white. You're still scared of washcloths. You know how I know? By looking at you. By that greasy hair, I can tell when you open your legs, it's the smell of traditional, fresh sauerkraut. You're using these past tense words because he's not with you anymore. He got tired of passing out when you opened them legs and gave him that gas chamber cooch you got. 10 out of fucking 10.
Knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something.
I'm not going to force y'all to watch the rest of that. She goes on to further disrespect Black women, disrespect Black Americans as a whole, and disrespect his family directly because she says that he doesn't even get it from his own family, the own women in his family. So, and you want to know what's crazy about that? She herself has never dated a Black woman. So every single talking point that she has, she's getting from him. I guarantee you, the man that she has, that she's over here talking about, I cook and I clean, and clean is a stretch. A stretch. If we've learned anything from these internet streets, clean is a stretch. That man is, I guarantee you, is not a quality man. I promise you. To allow the woman that you are with to disrespect, discredit, talk down to women in your family, not even just black women as a whole. She's literally talking shit about his family directly. And if she feels this way about black women, she is going to give birth to a child that more than likely is going to phenotypically look black. And I saw a video earlier that says, you know, biracial children grow up with identity crisis.
Why would that German woman eat us up like that? And when I say us, I mean us as black women. If you haven't seen the video, the woman came out, German woman, talking about how black American women are no competition, like none at all. And she stood 10 toes on it, confidently said it. And honestly, y'all, there's no lies. Unfortunately, she felt comfortable saying that because it's true. We are not feminine women. We are not raised to respect, to be kind, to be nurturing, to be caring of our black men. And unfortunately, what they're doing, they're coming in and swooping them right on up because we are leaving the door right on open. They know how to talk to men. They know how to treat black men. They know how to love them properly, how to support them properly. And they have no problem doing it. And my issue is, right, us as black women, we want to sit back and talk about, well, why we can't do it and why we can do that. We don't do it because we don't want to. And we're not taught to want to do it. We're not taught to respect men. And we know this is the thing, right? We know that there's men out here who black men who would prefer a woman of a different race. Got it. You know, it might be her hair, whatever. You know, the exoticness. I got it. But we also want to face the fact that black men are choosing women of other race because of our attitude. They don't want to deal with our attitudes. They don't want to deal with a masculine woman. So instead of us trying to deflect and say, oh, it's about her hair, it's about her eyes, it ain't about that. It's about her attitude. The way that she loves him, the way that she treats him, the way that she talks to him. That's what a man wants. Any man wants that. I don't want the woman who's going to be aggressive. It ain't about her being a white woman with long hair. No, it's about her being a kind woman who supports me, who respects my opinion. But we get so caught up in, I ain't listen to no man. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I have to be masculine. This is my situation. Nothing I could do about it. And it is. Since you can change if you want to. You have to want to change. You have to want to change your situation. So until then, we're going to have more of that happening. We're going to have more of these women able to come out confidently, stand on what they mean, and be able to take our men. Because we let them. Because we don't care about them. So they said, well, we'll take them off your hand. Come over here, y'all. We'll love y'all over here properly. If that wasn't a wake-up call to y'all, black women, I don't know what it's going to take. Because it surely made me be like, wow. Why would that German woman eat us up like that? And when I say us, I mean us as black women. If you haven't seen the video, the woman came out, German woman, talking about how black American women are no competition, like none at all.
She didn't eat us up, Janine. She ate you up because you believe her. Because you believe what she's saying is true. And let's make this a conversation. But first, let me point out the hypocrisy in your video. One thing I have to say is all of this femininity, this softness, this grace that you're asking black women to have towards black men, you did not provide to black women in that video. And the best way to lead is by example. Now, I'm not going to pretend that there aren't any issues between black women and black men, but simplifying these great social issues, these relationship dynamics to just black women don't want to be nice, black women don't want to be soft, black women don't want to take care of their black men is so ridiculous. And it's highly dismissive of what's truly happening between black men and black women. And just to begin, this is a two-way problem, which means both parties have to decide to work on the issues. Because in my perspective, most of the relationship issues between black men and black women stems from the anti-blackness and the bias that they have with one another. And frankly, there are two main groups responsible for ostracizing black women and basically labeling them as masculine and aggressive within this era. And unfortunately, that's black men and that's other black women. Like yourself. See, personally for me, I don't believe black women to be aggressive or masculine. I believe black women to be a bit more dominant. That's true. But black women are some of the most sensible, soft, and sweet women I've ever met in my life. I know because I'm one and I've encountered plenty others. There is a problem between the relationships of black women and black men, but that doesn't exist for everybody because there are plenty of black women and black men who are engaging in loving and wonderful relationships. While these black women may have characteristics that you may perceive as aggressive and masculine, like you said in your video. And if your target audience is black women, basically, to teach black women to be softer, more nurturing, more this, that, and the third, why would you not start with the inner workings of the self? Because that's where things starts. Instead, you're stitching this German woman who's violently generalizing an entire population of black people. I mean, generalizing an entire demographic of people just to make herself look better. And this resonated in your ears because perhaps you share the same sentiments. But frankly, there's a reason why women in America tend to be more dominant. And just so you know, it's not a uniquely black women trait here. It probably started within their household, looking at their mothers have to handle every single thing around the house. Maintenance, work, childcare, home care, all of that. Even if they came from dual parents household, you will understand that a lot of women had to watch their mothers play the mother and the father's role, which is why we have terms like single married women, which is why we also have an abundant amount of women choosing to stay single. You don't cater to any of that though. You just want to blame the whole thing on black women. But there's a reason as to why when you see a lot of black women or black men leave like black relationships that just didn't work out, they tend to act as they should in other relationships. One of the reasons being the lack of social bias there. And of course, there can be anti-blackness and racism in those relationships, but we're not talking about the bad. We're talking about the good. But anti-blackness runs deep within, and it also stems in our relationship. Stop labeling black women as masculine and aggressive. Honestly, I can talk about this for hours, so I think I might make a second part to this.
White people, I have a question. Why do some of your women only date black guys, but then you have others who date, white and black guys? They go both ways. They're bisexual. And then you have other women who only date white guys. I've been doing a lot of research and I can't find out the signs. And the crazy thing is with black women or mixed black and white women, it's very easy to see the signs. Black or white women are black women, right? They were either adopted by white people. If they were biracial, they were only raised by like the white side of their family. They just had a lot of white friends growing up and they kind of just like assimilated. But with white people, it's not that simple. I'm going to give you the perfect example. I know a girl, white girl. Both parents in the household, right? Both her parents are white. She grew up with white friends. Her best friend that she's known the longest is white. The other one is also white. But check this out. Are you ready for this? She said that she was in middle school. She was watching Camp Rock 2. And the black guy, one of the lead actors or whatever, she said she saw him for the first time. Didn't know what it was about him, but she loved it. And then from then on there, she was just chasing men that looked like him. And then as she got older, she realized that she just likes melanin. Now I have a theory. White people, you can fact check me on this. I think it's genetic. I think if you see homegirl, she's into black guys, there's a 99.99% chance her mom was also into black guys. Now, I'm not saying white guys aren't like this. I'm just saying it's a lot less common. If I see a white guy who's strictly into black women, I'm going to assume he went to a HBCU. White people, I have a question. Why do some of your women only date black guys?
So I have many reasons on why I only date black guys, and here's just a few. As a little kid, I was so chunky. I was so fat and constantly bullied for being overweight. And in the grand scheme of things, I really wasn't like that big, but like all the little white boys used to call me fat and ugly and like they tore me apart. The one kid that like really treated me like he had a crush on me was a little black boy. His name was Alex. I'll never forget him. He was like the sweetest, coolest kid ever. So then I just like felt comfortable around it, black kids because of him specifically. And then as an adult, as I've lost weight and gotten shape, I've always had thicker thighs and like kind of a booty when I do squats and stuff. So black guys are the only ones that hit on me too. Like white guys want absolutely nothing to do with me. It's the weirdest thing. But then going back to like my younger years too, 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out and I was obsessed. From that point on, I was like, okay, not only is he fine, but I love this entire album. Rap and hip hop is like so legit and like that's all I listen to this day. So I know music has played a big role in that. But I can 100% say that it is not in genetics. I am the very first person in my entire family, even my extended family, to even date, let alone marry a black man. So it's definitely not that. I don't know. I wouldn't have it any other way. You guys are dope. Love it. Love the culture. Love the personality. I'm obsessed forever.
People, I have a question. Why do some of your women only date black guys?
So I have many reasons on why I only date black guys, and here's just a few. As a little kid, I was so chunky. I was so fat and constantly bullied for being overweight. And in the grand scheme of things, I really wasn't like that big, but like all the little white boys used to call me fat and ugly and like they tore me apart. The one kid that like really treated me like he had a crush on me was a little black boy. His name was Alex.
The only reason you like black guys, maybe not the only reason, but the reason which founded that passion is childhood trauma. I was more expecting, hey, you know, they're really athletic, they're masculine, got some big paws. No. Because they were nicer than me compared to the other people who I potentially was more aware of and looked at first. I'm confused and conflicted and I'm trying to be nice. Like who you want. But you would at least think, if someone's coming to me, I'd rather them say, hey, I liked you because you were attractive. Whatever the race or creed you are. Not because you were nice to me when everyone was not nice to me. And let me tell you this, that doesn't just stop there when people are kids. As you can see, it followed into her adulthood. Well, I mean, we ain't complaining. We're still going to go there. But still, it doesn't mean it's right. Let me show you why. Sometimes you hear real cringe things when you're black dude. Hear things like this. Never dated a black guy before. She low-key thinks it's an actual compliment. Like, yes, I'm the first one, I'm in. No, queen. And mate, I'm like, what the hell? Imagine me, flip it, and we just go up to someone and say, never dated an Asian before. Never dated a white girl before. My gosh, never dated a brown girl before. It's creepy and it's weird, but when you flip it and if a girl says it, it's all good because I'm meant to understand where she's coming from. No, across this board, whether it's a guy or a girl, that is wrong. Can everyone please agree on that? Real talk, yes it does. Adults will be like, well, my own race, or they never really go for me and the only people who go for me is black guys. First of all, no, don't. And secondly, even if that was the case, I don't want to hear that. And thirdly, that means you don't really like me. That means I was second choice, queen. That means you basically saw me and you're like, oh, and the white guys didn't go for me, the Asian guys didn't go for me, the Indian guys didn't go for me, but you know what, them black guys? Them black guys, they go for me. Yes, I'm saved! Fourth option still counts. Watch what you say and like people for just liking them. Okay, whether they look a certain way, whether you like the culture, those are cool reasons. But to like someone because of childhood traumatic experience, I don't really think that's the right way to go about it. What she should have said is this. I'm more open to other cultures after seeing that someone really gave me space because of their culture to be heard, which I felt like my culture didn't do, and there's a stigma around that. And so this culture, I lean into that because that's more with my personality. I think if it was worded like that, everyone could agree, of course, queen, we see why you go for black guys now. But too late, she can't take it back. She's already said what she said, so it is what it is. Anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, follow. If you want this channel to go and you want to support your boy, make sure you do what I've just said, yeah? Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Man, this is really very sad that, I mean, did black people or black women, did black women offend anybody? Absolutely not. They did not offend anybody. And I am really very sick and tired of videos like this, you know, or people talking like this, because this is very disrespectful. This is a very disrespectful video. And I just don't get where the woman is coming from, because not the people that I know, my own black people, except the man is absolutely an irresponsible, because I am seeing the man from the way she talked. The man must really be an irresponsible person. And she also was desperate and needed somebody to be with, because if not, is she somebody, because she's all acting like a mother, right? I am not saying partners don't share love and all that, but that is not love, you know. Did you also bet him? I mean, that will also let us understand the extent of how you guys, I mean, the relationship and all that. Did you bet him too? Man, I want to say something, but then it's you to just have to keep calm and do my thing, you know? I didn't know. Now, like one of the ladies said, this is how we have identity crisis. this particular woman is not talking good about the husband's family, and Black people in general. So she did not see anything good about people that look like me, and also didn't see anything good about the person he married. I mean, how can somebody love you and at the same time disrespect you so badly? Because, like she claimed that if she loves this man, I am not sure she would bring the man's story or something outside here for us to listen to. And no, these kids are going to have problems. These are the problems we are facing all over as Black people. Okay. And you see so many mixed people and they are confused. They don't know where to stand. They don't know where not to stand. And I remember that I brought videos where biracial biracial kids with white mom were screaming at, like, that the worst thing that happened to them was having a, right? This is also what she's going to breed, because I don't see her doing anything better. But that really sucks. It is what it is. I mean, it is left for my brothers out there to, like, do what they are supposed to do. But I cannot tell anybody where to find love, and where you find love, it's okay. But there are some particular people that are actually very, very problematic, that you will never rest. You will never drink water and keep the water, because this one is typical example of it. Like, they cannot do anything without mentioning Black women. They cannot do anything without calling Black people. I mean, the man she married must really be very broken, because he is not loved at all. Probably he doesn't also have love to give out, because if you did not get anything from your family, and like, I don't know how they do. I don't know. I'm just confused how the whole thing is just messed, how are they all lying to all these women just to get them? Because this story cannot be true. Looks like they lied to them just to get all the attention they can get, or all the love they can get, or all the pity, because it's pity. Yeah, I think it's pity, right? They want to get all that pity, like, straight up, and grab what they can grab and then run away. Where is that man still? Because with all the love, with all the care, with all the attention you are giving that man, and he ran away. I mean, like you say, because she is saying why they were together. Why are you people no longer together? Because if you were that perfect person, I am sure he definitely will stick by. And let today be the first and the last time you wake up and call stereotype Black women. I don't even want to go where she is saying and all that. Or let that stereotyping stay back in your community and leave Black women out of it. Leave Black women out of it. And I am very serious about that. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.